work for the Live Oak Public Library, and today I'm going to be reading Fairy Tales from the Brothers Grimm by Phillip Pullman. This book is available for checkout at the library. Today's story is The Moon. A very long time ago there was a country where the night was always dark. After sunset, the sky covered the world like a black cloth because the moon never rose and not one star twinkled in the darkness. A long time before, when the world was created, everything used to glow gently and give enough light to see by, but later that faded. One day 4 young men from the country set out on a journey and came to another kingdom just as the sun was setting behind the mountains. When the sun had gone completely, they stood still in amazement, because a gleaming ball appeared at the top of an oak tree and cast a soft light all around. It wasn't as bright as the sun, but it gave enough light to see by and to tell one thing from another. The 4 travelers had never seen anything like it, so they stopped a farmer who happened to be driving past in his wagon and asked him what it was. "Oh, that's the moon, that is," he told them. "Our mayor bought it. He paid 3 thalers for it. He's got to pour oil into it every day and keep it clean so it always shines nice and bright, and we pay him a thaler a week for his trouble." When the farmer had driven away, one of the young men said, "You know what? We could use this moon thing at home. My dad's got an oak tree about as big as this in his front garden. I bet he'd let us hang it there. Wouldn't it be good not to have to blunder about in the dark anymore?" "That's a good idea," said the second. "Let's get hold of a wagon and a horse and carry this moon away. They can always buy another." "I'm a good climber," said the third. "I'll go up and get it." The fourth one fetched a wagon of horses, and the third one climbed the tree, drilled a hole in the moon, passed a rope through it, and hauled it down. When they had the glowing ball safely in the wagon, they covered it with tarpaulin so no one could see what they'd done, and then they set off homewards. Back in their own country, they hung the moon on a tall oak tree. Everyone was delighted when this new lamp cast its light over all the fields and shone through every window. Even the dwarfs came out of their mountain caves to have a look at it, and the little elves in their red jackets came out to the meadows and danced in the moonlight. The 4 friends looked after the moon. They kept it clean, they trimmed the wick, and made sure it was always full of oil. They were paid a thaler a week by public subscription. And so it went on till they grew old. One day one of them felt his death was near, so he sent for the lawyer and changed his will, saying that as a quarter of the moon was his, it should go into the grave with him. Accordingly, when he died, the mayor of the town cut off a quarter of the moon with his secateurs, and it was placed in the coffin. The light from the rest of the moon was a little bit dimmer, but people could still see their way around. When the second one died, another quarter of the moon was buried with him, and the light grew dimmer still. The same thing happened with the third, and after the fourth died and was buried, there was no light at all, and when people went out without a lantern, they bumped into things, just as they'd done in the old days. When the 4 parts of the moon were together in the underworld, where it had always been dark, the dead became restless and woke up from their sleep. They were astonished at being able to see again. The moonlight was quite bright enough for them, because their eyes had been closed for so long that the sun would have been too bright. They cheered up no end, got out of their graves, and began to have a high old time. They played cards, they danced, they went to the taverns and got drunk, they quarrelled and fought and raised their sticks and walloped one another, and the row they made got louder and louder until it reached all the way to heaven. St. Peter, who guards the gate up there, thought a revolution was breaking out, and he called all the heavenly host together to repel the devil and his infernal crew. However, when the devils didn't turn up, he got on his holy horse and rode down to the underworld to see what was going on. "Lie down, you brutes," he roared, "back in your graves, every one of you. You're dead, and don't you forget it." Then he saw what the problem was. The moon had reassembled itself, and no one could sleep. So he unhooked it, took it up to heaven, and hung it up where no one could reach it. Since then, it shines over every country, no matter where it is, and St. Peter takes a bit away at a time till there's hardly any left, and puts them back again over the course of a month to remind people who's boss. He doesn't take the cut-off bits down to the underworld, though. He's got a special cupboard to put 'em in. It's just as dark down among the dead as it ever was. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to look out for more from Swanee River Regional Library in the future.